For this lesson entitled Overlapping Primaries, we are going to focus on reviewing vocabulary terms from years prior. The first term I'd like to review with you is stencil. A stencil is an item you can trace around. This can be repeated multiple times to make a copy of the original object's shape and size. The next term is primary colors. Primary colors include yellow, red, and blue. These are the three colors that all other colors are made from. The next term is secondary colors. Secondary colors include orange, green, and purple. Secondary colors are a color resulting from the mixing of two primary colors. So for example, to make green, you would mix yellow and blue. To make orange, you would mix yellow and red. And to make purple, you would mix red and blue. For this lesson, you are going to need a piece of paper, stencil, and a pencil. Begin by placing your stencil in the corner of the paper. Please make sure that your stencil is touching at least one edge of the paper and trace around it. You are next going to overlap your stencil on top of your original tracing. Make sure that part of your second tracing is overlapping the first. You're going to continue this process overlapping just one area. You can situate your stencil however you choose, but you want to make sure that it is overlapping. It can overlap two stencils as long as they don't share the same area. I'll talk to you about sharing the same area and overlapping 3 times in a moment. All right, the next step is going to be to label your stencil areas with the primary colors. We're going to start with yellow. You are going to put a little Y in the candy cane that's going to be yellow. So this candy cane right here extends all the way down here. So this little piece here, I'm going to lightly write my Y. If this candy cane is yellow, I don't want the candy cane that's overlapping it to also be yellow, or this space right here would just be yellow, and that's pointless. So for this guy, it has to be either red or blue. I'm gonna go red. So that's gonna extend all the way. And these little pieces here, I'm gonna write red as well. So if this is red, this candy cane right here, you actually have 2 options. It could be blue, but it could also be yellow. It's not touching a yellow. So let's just leave that one blank for a second because we might need to make that yellow. We'll see. So if this is yellow and this is red, let's make this candy cane right here, this guy, blue. All right. Make sure that you aren't jumping all over. You pick a point, preferably a corner, and work from that. So if this is red, that's yellow, let's make this guy right here blue as well. Super lightly. And I'm doing these little pieces too. Okay, so if this is blue and this is yellow, it's overlapping. This one has to be red. We have blue, red. Let's make this guy yellow. And if we have yellow here and blue here, this little sliver has to be red. Now the reds are close, but they're not touching, so that's not a problem. If this is yellow and this is red, this candy cane must be blue. All right. Blue, this could be yellow or red. So let's move up here real quick. So we decided this was blue, right? And this is blue. And this is red. We have a yellow one here and a yellow one over here. Let's make this guy yellow. Right? We can make this anything but yellow, so let's just make it red. And how about, well, this guy can't be blue because this one's blue. That's yellow, that's yellow. Let's make it yellow. It's okay. I'm gonna put a little B over here so I don't miss that little sliver. So I have, let's see, blue here and yellow here, but they're not really overlapping an area. So let's make this guy blue. And this little end of the candy cane, we're going to make red. I could also have made that yellow if I wanted. So we have blue and blue, red, yellow. I think I'm going to, so this one could be yellow or red, and I'm just kind of looking to see where my placements are. I have red here, yellow here, red here, red here. I think I'm gonna make this one yellow. Make this one red. So what do we say about this one? It could be, can't be red, but it could also be yellow, or it could be blue. And we have yellow, red. Let's make this one blue. Which makes this one yellow. Now I do want to show you quickly what happens if you have a double overlapped area, which we want to avoid. I was trying to show you in the quick demonstration. If I have, I'm just going to do this area right here because I'm going to need to erase it. If this is red and this is yellow, this area right in here would be orange, right? But if this end was protruding over top of this, blue and orange make brown. Red and blue make purple, which is fine. But if you have an area of 3 overlapping like this, you're gonna end up with a yuck area. So before you go crazy labeling, just do a quick look to make sure that you don't have an area of 3 overlaps. And if you do, fix it, obviously, before you start labeling. It'll save you some time. And if you do notice it while you're labeling, no big deal. This is still just pencil. It can be fixed. All right. Once you have everything labeled, I want you to make sure that your name and class code is on the back bottom corner. Okay, flip it over. Now you are going to trace with Sharpie marker. All right, next, you are going to lightly erase one at a time. We're all gonna start with yellow. Yellow is the lightest color in the spectrum of color, and it's the one that always gets bullied. So we're gonna begin with yellow. If it's a yellow candy cane, I'm gonna erase. Make sure that you erase your letter beforehand. Outline and fill it in. Remember, the tip of your marker is going to give you a tiny little line, but the side of your marker is going to do a lot of coloring all at once. Okay, a couple things. You might have noticed I went around and was erasing lines, like visible pencil lines underneath the Sharpie. I didn't want to go over them, and then basically once you go over pencil with marker, it's trapped in there. Like, I'm never getting this little pencil out of there. I did want to explain to you one of the reasons that we did the yellow first is because a lot of times you're going to get marker at the bottom of your palm here and it smears. If I were to do blue first and smeared it into a yellow spot, that yellow would never show up. If there was blue there, it would turn green. And I would ruin my marker by going over blue smear with yellow. So yellow's the easiest one to get bullied around. So I like to, when at all possible, start with yellow. So I'm gonna repeat this process for the next, the red, which would be like the middle darkest. So it goes yellow, red, blue. I'm gonna fast forward this for you too. The next step is to go through and figure out what your overlaps would be. So we know that red and yellow mix together to make orange. So anywhere that this red candy cane and this yellow candy cane overlap would be orange. So I'm going to lightly write a no in those spaces. Now this candy cane overlaps with this blue candy cane, and yellow and blue make green. Blue and red make purple. I'm gonna go on here, purple, purple, because this guy's blue. And this would be orange, orange, red and blue make purple. This would also be orange. All right, yellow and blue make green and green. And this one's also going to be green right here. So this candy cane's blue and red make purple, green, green. This little sliver's green. This would be purple, purple, orange, orange, green, purple, green, orange, orange, and I think I got them all. We're going to start with orange. I'm going to go through and erase all my O's.